Welcome everybody to the NECC, another fantastic day of Valorant on here on this wonderful family day here in Canada. I don't know what's is there like a holiday in America? Is it something there?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, okay.
It's President's Day, I think.
But
Yeah,
it's President's Day. Okay, all right, good. I was just gonna say, yeah, I feel like this should be both. But point is, though, is we're gonna thank you all once again for joining us on your day off here. I hope you have a wonderful day that you spend time with your loved ones or with no one. That's fine too. We're gonna watch some collegiate Valorant today. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
You're spending time with us now, and that's all that matters. There we go.
You're with us now. You're here with us now.
Oh, you said that with a different tone. It changes the meaning. We've got the Nighthawks varsity from North Virginia Community College versus York Spartans Green from the York College of Pennsylvania. It's actually, we're in round 3, Ravish, but it's actually York Spartans' first match.
Wow. They must have gotten real lucky the entire time to be able
They
to
had an
make it
FF week 1 and a bye week 2 because we're in East A Val Division 5 and there's only 7 teams. So each team gets 1 week where they don't have to play anybody.
Hey, that's not a bad time. And considering they've got, one bye, one this, what? I'm glad they've been able to just cruise through the bracket. Well, today is the day to prove themselves up against Esports Nova and nothing more. It's going to be a fantastic day. I'm excited to see, what they can eventually show up and show out. Meanwhile, on the other end, Nova has gotten to play the game naturally, so, they've continued to do well. Otherwise, though, I do want to talk about where they'll be battling it out as well, too. Whereas we do have the map picks and bans in front of us, and pretty standard stuff, I'd say.
Yeah, I actually almost egregiously standard compared to what we've gotten in previous weeks. Split, bind, and I guess the wiliest map here is Pearl. And that's just because Pearl, they fixed it a little bit, but B-side's still strange.
Yeah, to be fair, Pearl's not a bad map now. It's all right. I actually don't mind it. Yeah. B-side's weird. There was a time when I was when the sites were fixed, and I was playing Pearl on release, and I was on B-site, and I glitched through the box. So
well, thankfully we're not gonna have to worry about any of that today, knock on wood, I suppose. Starting off on Split, I'm very interested to see, I think honestly the compositions on all these maps, because while yes, Nighthawks have played, they've actually also only played 1 match because both these teams have gotten an FF win against the same team. And that match was a burner. It was a 2-1 with the last map, Bind, being an 18-16, where Nighthawks were barely able to squeak out that victory. So York Spartans, in my opinion, some good scouting to have Bind in the rotation. If it's relied off the scouting, maybe it's just one of their favorite picks, and it just happened to be good luck for them. Either way, I think that's going to be a very interesting map for them.
I agree. I'm excited to contend to see, especially because this will be the last kind of rotation. But we'll have the map pools with Abyss and Corrode rotating out quite soon for the Fracture and Lotus to join us back in a little bit, which I'm excited to see Lotus again.
I'm excited to see Fracture again.
Well, would you look at that? I'm glad we're able to fill both sides of one coin. This is good for us, Paul.
Look at us.
Yeah, look at us specifically. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll be getting to get into the game soon so we can look at that instead. Split is a map currently, at least at like the highest echelons of Valorant, where there's not quite as much comp diversity as I think, when we go to like a map like Pearl or even Bind these days, honestly. Like there are some agents that you really feel like the need to bring on Bind, but I think there's a disagreement, at least cross-regionally, on what you're doing with your duelists. Obviously, Brimstone's always going to be good on Bind, just forever, unless he gets hit with some weird changes. But the rest of the composition there can very much change up. Split's gonna be an interesting one. Obviously, I think the Yoru is really popular right now. A lot of people look at the Waylay too. The Waylay has reared its head on Split some. It's a difficult agent to pilot though, so if you're not comfortable on the Waylay, it's not a good option for you.
No, it is not. But Waylay is an incredibly strong agent though. Otherwise, though, we've seen especially in collegiate and neon, be the substitute option for the Waylay more often than not. So, which I mean, I don't mind the neon as well too. You know, fast takes and neon works well on both split and bind specifically as well. So I think it should be a fun time. Nonetheless, though, you know, that's the main duelist options. As ideally we do see double duelists. I would find it fun as both on bind. You know, I think like neon rays would be there. If we're not picking rays on bind, I think we need to get ourselves checked personally.
Well, and you know, it's interesting because a lot of pro teams have kind of subbed the Rays away. I mean, not all pro teams. Rays still shows up a lot. But
Yeah.
you know, who was the team in EMEA? They were running like, I think it was no duelist on this map, which was on bind, which was very strange. It was like double initiator, double smokes, single sentinel, and I did not enjoy it at all. I don't think that comp did well. I don't think it's a good option. But,
Was it Giant X? Was it Giant X? Was it?
No,
was it
it might have been Ulf. It might have been Ulf. I don't remember.
Yeah. I was gonna say a team with 7 could probably run, you know, double senti like that. Yeah. Yuck. Okay. Oh,
All right.
we have comps.
Not gonna have to worry about bind for a while though. Instead, we've got split. Pretty aggressive composition from Nighthawks, the double duelist with the Jet instead of the Waylay. Waylay indeed coming out for York. It'll be Aokum piloting that. A little bit more modern composition from York, I would say.
Yeah, I don't mind this at all. As you know, what's funny is I used to live 5 minutes down the road from York, so make me proud, boys. Represent us well. As we've already gotten one, make that a second as well to clear out the A site. So a quick 2K. JRG looking to defend. Stop happening, but they know the site is going to eventually go move towards the B site as it is wide open. Looking to intercept them, they can through Heaven. Zuko takes the first right click, not gonna happen.
JRG. Yeah, I mean this is pretty much done.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Endgamer was even expecting Rhythm to come through there. Actually, a really clever pistol from York Spartans. I like when we get into these matches and we see teams have really thought about how they want to play the pistol on their map pick. York Spartans, the aggressive full take through A Heaven, trying to pull rotates, but then completely pivoting around to meet potential rotates into vent, and then just bulldozing onto the B site. This needs to be a pretty aggressive comp, especially with the breach partnering alongside the double duelist, and on that pistol round, York piloted it pretty well.
Yeah, it worked out beautifully, like you're saying, right? So they're able to just, completely catch off guard what Nighthawks wanted to get done. But for now, let's see if they can perhaps convert. Bonuses will too. Not gonna get baited, but better weaponry wins out on that trade to be able to take the full A site. A retake in front of us on a 4v5.
No Heaven control here for York, but I mean, far superior weaponry, and nice little pick there from Prince Zuko.
What's he doing here? Shouldn't he be
I kind of wish Prince Zuko was playing the Phoenix. I feel like it would be thematic.
It would have been way cooler. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe we'll get that map 2. Map 3. Pearl. People play Phoenix on Pearl occasionally.
They do. You're right. Yeah. So if we do get Pearl, we might get that. My Phoenix on bind isn't the worst thing. G2's starting to play Phoenix as well, so hey, you know, anything's possible. But a bonus in front of us though, as the NT went about as how you would think NT would.
I think you have to be a little bit careful here for Nighthawks. The pace has been so intense from York in these first 2 rounds. You might have to anchor the sights kind of far back. You don't want to get bulldozed by some of this closer range weaponry, the Stingers, the Spectre, and the like. So you're gonna have to be pretty far away and play pretty safe, and that means York can take a lot of space whether they decide to play fast or no.
Well, it's fun. They've actually taken towards a much slower approach just for the first time in the first 2 rounds, spiking in neutral position. So meaning they're just looking to scope out what they can find onto towards the B site. Blitz's job is to not get picked here. Watch the TP, not gonna be a fake TP flash in, forces it out and gets the space from this 2. Prince Zuko plays that well. A sight in their hands.
Meanwhile, the Viper spotted on the other side of the map. Okay. Rhythm has at least held the Jet over there long enough for the spike to get planted, but 5v4 retake, better weaponry for Nighthawks, and the better position. They have full Heaven control.
Flash looking to enter as well, TP out to clear out the corner, and Glitch is stuck at the side, but Zuko eventually does get caught by JRG. As they're not full swing, take it one by one. York Spartans Green not able to hold the site, and a retake in their hands for the Nighthawks. So clear out every single corner methodically. A 3K for Mark Williams with a stinger. Ridiculous showing, but it's not enough.
Nighthawks, a little bit of resting on their laurels there. They were pretty confident they cleared out the whole site. Mark Williams, sneaky on that Astra. Okay, you're gonna have to be watching for that. You get out with 2. That's actually, it's not quite enough. It's not a comfortable buy into this next round. It's basically a save here, other than the 2 rifles that were held through. So York pretty happy with how their bonus went.
And especially with now, with Nighthawks, I was gonna think to see if they actually changed up their defensive hold, but not. It's still JRG holding heaven and the rest. So both rifles will be at least planted one on each site. Leaving the Yoru to early peek in. So he does get caught last time. He did have to clear out the space for the full take in. Glitch this time does hear all this coming in. He is ready for it. Same flank, traded immediately, but haven't cleared out this time. So JRG is in trouble getting flanked.
Dude, rhythm on that Nats type Viper play. Just flanking every single round. How come this is a little bit dangerous to go this far forward, but wins the fight, so not going to risk donating a rifle over, and it's just confidence from the York Spartans right now. Oh. Okay.
Unlucky.
Well,
Caught with the util out, especially out in the wide open. So, you know, not the most common play, but Gamer is going to have to peek round to see if they can possibly get one. Not going to happen though. Through rifle saved for the York Spartans as they take the lead 3-1.
Yeah, and thus far every round has basically just gone textbook how York Spartans could have won, and now they've got the Rolling Thunder and the Cosmic Divide online. They can completely nullify this A site if they want to, or B, honestly. B is a little bit trickier. The spacing gets a little bit wily with the Rolling Thunder, depending on what angle you approach from. But if they get Heaven Control, it looks like, man, Rhythm is just going to be lurking over here for the next 3 ages.
Yeah, he's he's pretty much stayed here almost the entire time, as they have not really changed how this setup was looking to work, but nonetheless, save Brazuca.
I think Glitch went for a jump peek and didn't spot anything, so he's backing off of that, thinking that there's nobody there.
Should see one. There's the ult. Actually does manage to barely catch the Yoru as they clear out the site quite consecutively. Oh, Gamer's able to find one though. The flash and the spray is just enough. Figure out where he is. Good on Reason to take out Mark Williams, but it's having control, but it's shallow for now. The spike's still not done just yet. It's Reason hunting and waiting to see who they can possibly trade in as 2 make their way into the site. Here's Spartan. It's trades galore. It has to be on Rhythm to clear out the rest here. Not seen, not yet heard, but oh, the angle just a bit off as Reason was right below him.
Yeah, Reason doing a good job of identifying. We haven't seen the Viper. They've been flanking over and over again, anticipating the Heaven player that was supposed to be the linchpin for York Spartans. Really nice catch. Reason with swinging out of the Cosmic Divide, getting Mark Williams too. Unfortunate timing for Mark. He was just trying to jump up right as Reason swung. You can't really win that gunfight then. And Reason's able to make the entry back onto the site and save them from the flanker. Really nice stuff thus far.
Time to jump.
Yeah. Just seeing if Paulsible find one more. JRG this time. Up with the knives, the wall up a little bit late, but they should be able to find one that concussed there. Took his time to aim in, might I say, but was able to have the comfort of doing so. Now JRG stuck at the back, looking to take the fight. Nice, easy, clean. As they clear out the rest of one more there up in front. Not gonna be able to convert the second. York Spartans Green, once again, these fast takes, Paul, are just so clean.
They're really well coordinated, York Spartans. I mean, using the dimensional drift to find the site anchor, really nicely done. Glitch, I mean, just a stinger for him, and okay, at least Endgamer managed to get an upgrade, but doesn't end up doing much. York Spartans have just been completely overwhelming Nighthawks varsity. The literal only round where Nighthawks have felt like they had actual control of anything was just because Reason found that timing. And that was a low economic round from Nighthawks. They went in with a lot of stingers, and their economy's not looking much better here on this next one. You have to wonder, did they overbuy just a tiny bit? They're going to have to eco basically 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, it's not ideal with what they're presented up against yet. So they may have to just remove full saves, almost no utils to try to get one if they can possibly. Unlucky from JRG. Just trying to get one second caught as well too. Makes it just enough. Sees one right below him. Hey, I was gotta be careful, but the jump shot on top. Oh, overwhelming the Nighthawks defense.
And again, York Spartans, when they get A Heaven control, they realize, hey, we've killed 2 vent players. They came from B. That means we can probably go to this site. Now, you need to be a little bit careful. They haven't spotted Glitch yet, but he gets caught in mail, and even with the rifle recovered, I'm just getting deja vu from last round.
Spike planted.
Now, this Gamer doesn't even have a chance to check the corners. Mark Williams ready and waiting. 2 on the flank, but unfortunately a little bit too late to coordinate. So, York Spartans are just completely take it this time, and a buy round here for Nighthawks is a must convert, but JRG and Glitch can just barely buy.
Yeah, and I mean, this has to be a round you win, but even with the Dimensional Drift online, a normally exceptional ultimate, there's not much to combo with it, right? Okay, I like taking this time out here for Nighthawks. You really need to figure out how you want to use these ultimates. You have the Viper's Pit right now, Reason positioned in mid, only 5 seconds till the round starts, so they got to debate, are we going to rip the Viper's Pit in mid? Are we going to try and funnel them onto the sites? Realistically, York have wanted to go to the sites every single round anyways. It's not like mid control has been the crux of this attack so far for them.
Not at all, actually, because I don't think I've seen them go through mid even once.
They've only gone through mid from vent on their way to B.
Yeah.
They have yet to go like the traditional way up mid.
Yeah, things just, like I say, it's been full side hits, 4 ones, and overwhelming of the site so far. So, but, you know, the hits so far have been quite clean from what we've seen out of them. For now, though, for the Nighthawks, let's see after this, do they end up changing the defense, do they end up gamble stacking sites to see if they can try to potentially deal what the York Spartans is doing, because they are just essentially just flashing and running them down. So I'd like to see a change.
With so many ultimates on, yeah, and even with so many ultimates online, they're not that impactful for the most part. Like Dimensional Drift, you can get some good plays with it. I mean, anyone who watched EMEA, you saw what Martine was able to do with that in a shorty over and over again.
That guy's just God, though.
That guy's nasty. But outside of that, what are you really doing? I mean, Glitch is fully stuck here.
Yeah, he is concussed though, but they're actually seeing the paranoia is massive, and it came from the Nighthawks Omen. So they're able to clutch him a trade, good enough, but it's just not like able to follow it up on by the rest of the team. As 3 of them fall, one after the other. A mistake not made. JRG is able to win the fight, but at what cost?
And that was basically a 4v5 that York just won. Rhythm was out of the game doing his classic ramp lurk. Was on the complete opposite side of the universe. And it just looks textbook. York Spartans, I'm surprised this team is in Div 5 with how well coordinated they are. The convergent paths and then the fault line next to it. So it actually covers the holes on the site that you would have been otherwise worried about. Into the back corner too. There is no safe haven on the B site in a round like that. It is full coverage from York's utility, and that's what gives them their confidence to play with these such fast executes.
Blood is mentioning a different map on Split, bro. Relax, man. It's just guys talk about Haven. Oh, he's dead. Bye. That's
oh, goodbye.
We should be able to see what. Oh, the Bucky!
Not the Bucky, man.
Come on, bro. Oh, we just cannot be. That's so crazy. They're smoke. They're actually taking one by one. This is doable. Hold on a second. Wait, they get the gun back. Oh, York Spartans might have overcooked, played a bit too overconfident. And now suddenly this looks like they're in trouble.
And that's a one-way. Mark can't swing and challenge the Heaven players. They're getting onto the site, and his toes are spotted. Still wins the fight.
But then now they know exactly where he is too. We gotta wait for the second player as well. He was all the way to the outside, trying to play post plant. It's that breach here. Looking to swing as JRG. And now they got ult here to swing it. Oh, the dodge! The swing up is so perfect! He's defusing. It's off. It's off. No. Oh my god, the clutch from Purple.
Had to be the clutch from Purple. Nice little readjustment at the end there. Was worried for the spam for a second, but found the right angle for it. Even saved the Rolling Thunder for the first tap on the spike. A good attempt there by Tarm to try and dash forward out of the Rolling Thunder. Maybe if he doesn't get concussed, there's a chance he wins that fight, but unfortunately, the timing just doesn't quite work out. Honestly, Purple's been getting more value out of Breach than I've seen from Breach in, I don't know, the past 2 years. Right there. None of these stuns are, you know, the joke is like Breach stuns are often cosmetic. Every stun Purple lands is hitting.
That ain't bad, but I mean, Purple's as a Breach player are a rare breed nowadays. Flash up, easy. Oh my god, they're ready for the push as well. York Spartans fighting getting punished for the overzealousness. The spam timing on time, on point. Mark Williams, actually ready to watch the flank. Crosshair a bit off and not able to convert it. And finally, Purple against Stack alone. He's just completely overwhelmed, doesn't know where anybody is because the paranoia is perfect. The 2v1 cannot close it out. So finally, Nighthawks get one.
Yeah, I mean, good effort from Purple at the end there, but really Glitch sealed the deal on that round, punishing the over-aggression. Every time Nighthawks have hit, or I'm sorry, that York have hit A thus far, they have pushed deeper into screen, so a good realization there from Glitch to shut that down and create an opening to get back on the site. This isn't, you know, an unsalvageable half for Nighthawks, considering they lost the pistol.
No?
They could get up to a decent 7-5 here. Wouldn't be too shabby considering their composition. I know the traditional thought is, oh, split defense sided map, but you look at this comp, this is not a defensive sided comp.
Cutting through.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, especially considering, like you're saying, that it's been like a tough goings for quite a few number of rounds, but nonetheless, for now, that they've at least made headway to get some crucial picks off. So things are not completely out of it just yet here. Oh, spots him there. Presumably isn't have to back off as he notices a bit more trouble than he wants to bite off. Flash eventually landing. He gets hit with the aftershock. Disgusting from there. Able to land both, just spraying and even converting that too. Mini Chicken getting 3. Hold on, we just keep being into this guy. We win every single fight. It's a 2v1. Not impossible.
I'll find you.
I'm worried though. It's to be fair, Purple has been clutch for them so far. His aim has been
He's gotta break a 180 crossfire. No, he doesn't.
Oh my god, they weren't actually watching it. They're playing off site. There's a star on it, so he's gonna have to just wait his time. There's a star, it barely lands, and there's not enough time. Playing post play works out beautifully, but Mini Chicken, valiant effort.
Valiant indeed, but the post plant played really well there by York Spartans. Maybe a little bit overzealous in heaven to take the fights, but once Rhythm wins the fight against Reason, Rhythm just tucked in mail, finding the other Viper, trying to pinch in from mid. It becomes very difficult for Nighthawks just because of the time. You have to clear heaven, you have to clear everything, and you have to fight them first, and it just becomes pretty much a nightmare. Now York Spartans green, I mean, not only are they guaranteed at worst an 8-4 half, but look at all these really beautiful ults they have for the last round. This is gonna be nasty.
Who's next?
We're gonna just see full Overwatch mode here, friends. Just completely out.
Oh, and I can't mention another map, but you mentioned another game.
It's because it's our favorite game all together. Full plant. There it is. There's plant is alongside the Viper's Pit as well. Flash again to peek this site. No one to sleep out. Mini Chicken just sprayed. There's no way, man. Unlucky.
And I mean, you're not getting through this Viper's Pit. The only option is for you to go heaven, and what are you even going to accomplish there? Okay, I don't quite know about that Rolling Thunder. There was no info off of it, but it's not going to change the outcome of the round. A dominant first half here for York Spartans green, 9-3 on their own map pick.
Switching
Yeah,
sides.
and
Or actually, no,
the
I'm sorry, on
ones they-
Nighthawk's map pick.
On Nighthawk's map, I was gonna say that, and like the rounds they won too were like small one-offs, right, where you would expect them to win, but also on a knife set as well too, where due to just small timings they managed to get here. So this half and this pistol especially is going to, I'm going to see convincing starts from them to be able to claw this back, but you know it is attack, so let's see it.
Yeah, I do have to correct myself. I was right the first time. It's no wait, I've tricked myself. Hold on. Yes, it is in fact York's map pick.
Okay. You know what?
I
don't know who
I
to
wrote it
believe
down
anymore.
wrong earlier,
I
but we
think-
have the right information, so I went to the right information.
I see. I'm just gonna say they both picked it.
Sure. We just had consensus. Everybody wanted to play this map.
Yeah, everybody likes Split. Mark Williams, dude, pulling an asana. Oh, he's stuck. No way, they didn't check him.
On the rope.
Still gets one. Actually, just watch the angle. Zuko peeking in. Oh, that is a dangerous peek, brother. But ultimately, still managed to get one, so worth, I'd say.
And Mark just has to contain here. You know, no reason to rush. You still have at least one anchor on the A site. Okay, well, now you gotta wrap back around.
Yeah, Vinny Chicken managing to get 3 there, though, is a bit troubling for the prospect of your Spartan's Rain being able to convert the round as Clever completely cleared it out. I don't confident plays and just completely shooting the team until they fall is
And
what we want to see out of them, but yeah, it's tough.
And York didn't decide to go heaven. They're not clearing that. So Reason has the just complete unlosable position. It is planted for heaven. If Nighthawks lose this, it would be a catastrophe.
4 down.
Yeah, though it's gonna happen though. But but an ace imminent and hand it over to Mini Chicken. Beautiful stuff from Nighthawks to get back there's in the round and have a chance at Split.
Yeah, the breath of fresh air that Nighthawks needed without a doubt. Now it's just a question of can they keep the good times rolling. Obviously, the Jet Yoru was always going to be a little bit more comfortable to play on the attack side. The issue Jet has defending this map compared to something like a Waylay is you really just have no defensive utility, right? Like, at least with Waylay, you can pop out a hinder. You know, your dash backwards can take you vertical a little bit more effectively, right? And you can recall if you want to play a little bit aggressive on your defense. Jet did not have that opportunity, so you need a good attack half.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what we're hoping for. This is the complete overwhelming. Mark Williams stuck, not able to convert anything there, unfortunately. And a clean bonus for Nighthawk is exactly what we want to see as we head into their defensive half here. Maybe Split is an attacking side map now. You know, didn't realize.
Pretty typical anti-eco there from Nighthawks. Not much really to write home about. They have been bullying the A side a little bit in these first 2 rounds. We'll have to see what their adaptation is going into their bonus. Not a half bad bonus either. Phantom there for Mini Chick. I mean, you ace the first round, you buy yourself a Phantom, right? you're not gonna mess around with a Bulldog.
Unless unless you pull a Wardell and you buy it off.
On attack, on fade.
Yes.
Round 2.
Everything I'm hearing supports my argument. Just... oh, but still fun one though. Hey, oh, the double peek out. They're combined alongside the couldn't cost able to clear out one from ramp, but there is still one lurking over. A spike Cody converts towards B. There's an F-wall. The spike, it's gonna be on rhythm. Just clear out one. That sees his barely in the landing time. To see one more there at the corner. Zuko there. That's on Mini Chicken once again to try to save the day, but it is not gonna be enough. Perhaps, maybe. Wait, never mind. I could be wrong. 1 of 3. It's doable. It's on him. Oh. That was a bit too close.
Mini Chicken has given York some rounds to, make your heart skip a beat or 2. but not able to get it done at the end of the day. Didn't really need to either. It's just about the economic damage on your bonus. Managing to get rid of 3 players means that this buy gets a lot more complicated for York. Giving Mark just the sheriff here. Everybody else at least going to have a rifle. But that also means that I think York are going to feel a little bit more pressure to get something in the early round. Look, they're setting up for a waylay breach, aggressive play out A, but the Prowler immediately forces AO back.
Yeah, this is great for them as well too, because now with this, they've actually given up all this space, and I believe they're going to look to reposition to play Heaven for retake here. As A side is just wide open, so we're going to try to watch the angle to cut them off. They're going to have to be careful of ramp, but for now though, it's just
Might have lost Ravish. All good. Nighthawks clearing out the site. Purple, how much damage can he deal? Ooh, swinging out, trying to punish the Jet, hoping they were on a further angle, overextended from the rest of the team. But not quite the case. Now, 2v3 for York on this retake. They do at least have Heaven control. Nighthawks a little bit, yeah, congested here. Nice pick from Prince Zuko. This is doable. Chicken looking for the timing, finds it off of the movement. Here's the steps there. Prince Zuko now got a 1v2. Oh, he's gonna find Endgamer with util out! And now, I mean, has a vague position on Mini Chicken. Knows you're not playing elbow. Now you know he's coming around. On the reveal, a little bit difficult. Sees for the decay too. Mini Chicken just trying to buy time. Trying to stick it. Oh, wait. Which one clutched? Okay. Wait, which one clutched? I can't even tell. It got diffused. It got diffused, didn't it? It did.
Who needs a weapon?
Unreal. Just barely Prince Zuko able to get that diffuse off. I literally could not even tell based off the clutch. That's absurd. It must have been a 1/10 of a second before Mini Chicken took his head off. Oh, that presents quite the problem for Nighthawks. At least they're able to still mostly get up to a good economy here. Glitch gonna be the... Oh, not quite even the odd man out, just having to pick up a light armor. That's okay. And again, AO trying to go for this play. That Prowler shuts it down every time, though. And critical to note, there's no Heaven anchor here either. There's no Heaven player for York. So it is just down to AO and Purple to play sight. And hope that the rotates can fend off a complete collapse. Purple falls. Things not looking good. That spam very nearly nasty too. Heaven is quickly retaken though. And it's planted quite out in the open. Nice dimensional drift. That's going to force Mini Chicken's hand. He's got to try and swing out into them, and Mark finds him waiting. A bold dimensional drift. Not fully clearing the site. Didn't know where everyone was. Prince Zuko gets caught out in the open. Nice shot from Reason too, getting rid of the Heaven player, but now stuck in the hinder. Trying to use the decay to shut things down entirely. Glitch on a nice angle. And manages to keep it nice and tidy. Nighthawks surviving.
Hi, I think I'm back.
Oh, welcome back, Ravish. You missed a crazy clutch.
I am very sad about this. That's just... Okay, fine. Since we're here, what happened? What did I miss?
It was a 1v1 between Prince Zuko and Mini Chicken. Mini Chicken killed him. It must have been within the same frame that Prince Zuko defused the spike.
Whoa. That's kind of cool.
It was nasty. Nighthawk's still fighting back, though. Their attack hasn't been going terribly outside of that unfortunate moment for them.
Here.
I mean, from what I see, York Spartans are on a save here, so, you know, they shouldn't... They clearly
Yeah, no.
here.
Yeah. Oh. Mark, this is ambitious. Run away! Run away!
Dude, a flank with a classic is insane.
You're just hoping nobody sees you, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you're hoping they're not looking.
We'll see from here if they can manage to at least find anything, but for now, though, it's a bit rough here, as we'll
this contact play from Nighthawks is excruciating for York. They don't want to spend any utility this round because they know they're not likely to win it. So they have no information. They just have to give up everything. And I'm not sensing a thrifty here, Ravish.
No, I think well, Purple manages to get his at least, but
Bro just Goomba stomps. Okay.
I respect it. The fly. I almost got one, but
Nice turn.
yeah, I was gonna say if I'm your Spartans, I just died to the spikes to not give them ult orbs, but you know this is also an option as well too. They fight it out. Purple still gets one. He pads his stats and a timeout as well. Call for the York Spartan screen.
York Spartans can sense that they're starting to lose control a little bit. These pushes out of A have been getting countered every single time. They're spending way more utility to get nothing done. They do need to readjust their strategy here. I like the idea of getting aggressive with York Spartans comp, but they need a different combination or even just a different timing. Right? It seems right now that Prince Zuko rather has moved over to A as well, abandoning the B site, leaving that as the weak site. So I wonder if they're going to try and do almost like a pincer maneuver where they bait like it's the same A play. You can see the pings going down in A short right now from York Spartans. And then Prince Zuko, I keep mixing them up, it's Yorus. Prince Zuko might be able to find a timing from ramp off of that as sort of an adjustment building off of a more typical play that they run.
I do wonder if they actually implement that though. That's the question. But for now, there's posturing for the full, just honest to God, classic 5-person push right in the A, and it is triple stacked here. So seems to be found and read. Knives also here, dog early on to find information there. It's gonna push in. This is so aggressive, but I'm a fan. Glitch takes two immediately, not able to be on the flash as he talks in the corner. So York Spartans, a good idea, but ultimately not able to find the results they want.
Yeah, York Spartans were hoping that Nighthawks were going to be less patient than them, but Nighthawks pull back just a little bit when they see that first bit of breach utility fly. And that lets them catch Aokam and Prince Zuko. I mean, the rotates are here quickly, and they're adjusting to try and hold heaven control. This has been a problem for them, too. They give up the site instead, but even just this little bit of noise cutting has completely left York on edge. They have no idea what's happening on the map.
The timing, it's just so crucial. That's the spike as well, too. Reason has dropped that. That could be crucial in being able to get that back, but Glitch immediately is able to go back and recover this, but here it's a 3v2. This isn't impossible for them, but they're faking it as though the Omen is going to be... Let's play the other side. Timing perfect. Purple finds it again. It's been unlucky instances for the side of Nighthawks. They're not going to expect the baby chicken there at the side, though. Oh, the timing. Not able to be seen. One more there, and he has to plant.
1v1. Purple hasn't yet dropped, though. So an opportunity for Endgamer. Nice little jump peek, too. Cost him a bit of health, but ultimately it's fine.
As a flash?
Yeah.
He's expecting the peek
really
round
don't want to get caught
from
with Util
elbow. Timing. Oh! Flash out. Perfect. Still gets the game. Oh my God, he's so much better.
Yeah, Endgamer is actually, I think he's actually under the flash there. The flash a little bit too high. It's hard in such a tight corner for a breach flash to be useful, because if you're off by just a tiny bit, the proximity to the wall for Endgamer gives him basically natural cover against the breach flash. It's one of the reasons breach doesn't get played as often. Those flashes aren't quite as versatile as a lot of other flashes in the game right now.
Very unlucky there, because the flash might have been enough, but not able to necessarily catch enough of them there, or enough of his face, if anything. But for now, though, could have been 12, but that'll be converted as per Zuko. Oh, unlucky. Had the timing, but not able to find just a cross replacement.
Reason re-exploring into mid too. Wow, has read this really well, but that's a shorty. Okay, a Bucky doesn't manage to do much. Nice shot.
And, well, he gets his.
Not quite the upgrade that Mark wanted, but
You know, it's a start, if anything. Does actually get caught by the haunt, not seeing them. The flash, Rhythm and Mark Williams together in this save, had him able to execute perfectly and just mow them down. And now by one, catches it with a util, not seeing them. A Thrifty that shouldn't have happened is now in the side of York's.
Thrifty so often spell the death of comebacks in Valorant. That is devastating for Nighthawks. Now there is no room for error. They got to win 4 in a row to force us to overtime on map number 1. And just tiny errors. I don't think it was necessarily responsible of Reason to try and make that mid play happen all alone. And then just getting caught off on timings. Nice utility too, especially from Rhythm. I loved the way that he was toggling the orbs and the walls there to give his teammates advantageous timings. Now has the Viper's Pit, completely dominates B main and shuts down one of 3 lanes on the map. This is interesting from Nighthawks. They're pulling over actually to fight the Viper's Pit. Fade is one of the better answers to a Viper's Pit, especially with a dimensional drift at hand. Viper spotted. Rhythm now in deep trouble.
He's stuck to Paranoid as well. Match reposition in the corner, takes 2. A ridiculous start for Rhythm. A play that shouldn't have ever happened, but they see even more than they need. Heaven's still not necessarily in their hands, but the repeat can get out. Knows he has this, and it's just on glitch. Everything was going their way, but unfortunately they're not able to find the Viper by the end of it. Glitch stuck. Time ticking, 30 seconds still in his hand, but now they know exactly where he is as well. GG's over the Nighthawks. York Spartans take their map pick.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately a good effort at the end there. Nighthawks attempting to mount a comeback. It wasn't nearly as dominant on their attack side as it was the other way around. But unfortunately, I mean, York's attack was just nasty, right? They had unbelievable pace. Their util was exceptionally well coordinated, and it left no room for breathing for Nighthawks. It wasn't even about like, oh, do we read into this? It's just like, oh, well, they've comboed their utility in a really powerful way, and now all our site players are dead. Suddenly we're in a 2v5, and there's not much we can do about that. And it gave such a monumental lead. It proposed too difficult of an issue for Nighthawks to try and finish that comeback. Nicely done by York to start off this match.
Really well done from them as well with clutch after clutch. And I think, like, you know, there were clear standouts on both these sides. You know, Mark Williams having, you know, a really nice game here, lots of clutches, and Mini Chicken, an ace after a pistol, an incredible amount of kills and impact too in so many of these rounds. But you know, it was just York just able to eke out for these way thin rounds. Their fast plays seem well suited for the side of Split, and with Bind being up next, I imagine we'll see more of the same.
Yeah, and I mean, Mini Chicken, even without the ace, top fragging on the team, right? Was putting up a phenomenal effort on the Fade. But I think the name of what happened here was really the fact that it was difficult for Mini Chicken because Mini Chicken was often like kind of like the rotate player, like the mid player, or like one of the heaven players, like trying to get to the other site fast. So by the time Mini Chicken got there, yeah, you can get a 3K, but the rest of your team's already dead.
Yeah, this is a it was a fun series, if anything. You know, small clutches, thrifties, and just, you know, just even stuff across the board here. But nonetheless, for that though, you know, that does leave us with a bit more time to be able to recollect our thoughts, think, and when we come back, we'll have Bind here for you all. Look anywhere, see you back in a bit. Welcome on back, everybody, to the NECC for some more Valorant action. I heard a car honking in the background. Like,
was that okay?
I don't know.
Was that your background?
No, that was not my background. I was that
producers then, and we just sound insane now because they wouldn't have heard that.
No, actually, they wouldn't have. Cause it's not live to broadcast. Because I definitely heard like a car like getting
Anyways,
like a
we got
crash.
Valorant. If you missed map 1, don't worry, you're in time for Bind. Split was a decently one-sided affair, a confident affair, I would say, from Nova. It was their map pick. They looked very well practiced on it. But things in, especially, in like Division 5, can often swing like this, right? Like you go to your own map and you dominate. And then we go to the other team's map and they dominate. And that's how we end up on map 3s, right?
Exactly. And I find with this seems to, it could be that case exactly. But one thing to note, naturally, from last map is York Spartan's pace. They play at a very high velocity, I would say, take, right? Where it's just full side hits consistently. Yoru flash, Astropole, smoke, boom, 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 with the breach. Like it is absolutely non-stop how they get things done here. And I imagine we'll see more of the same here, especially Res right now. They're turning off on defense and buying defense, and I'm gonna need to see a pretty, decent hold, right, to be able to get things off here. But on the other end, though, for Free Sports Nova, I need to see more confidence. I need to see more of what I saw and more of these clutches, and I want to see Mini Chicken pop off again. I want 2 aces, bro. Give me 2. All right.
Wait,
lock
2
in.
additional or 2 total?
2 more.
2
Yeah.
additional aces. Okay, yeah, that's a reasonable ask. Just ace twice.
And yeah, just get all 5 kills in multiple different rounds. I do it every day with the Aries.
All right. Well, okay. Even still, let's not delve into the realm of fantasy here, right?
You love fantasy, Paul. It's
That's
like your
true,
favorite
but
thing.
actually, you're not wrong. But
That's
still.
crazy. So I believe we've been told by our observers we're going back to splits.
All right, well, we're going to get that fixed. We're not going into game just yet then. Oops, you clicked the button too fast. It happens. Oopsie. Everybody's been in a custom lobby and we're like, wait, why are we playing the same map again? Oh, whoops, I didn't change it. Yeah,
I'm not to see Split again. Split was cool. I love Split. That's my
I would be
favorite
down
map.
too. I don't think Nighthawks want to go back to Split though. Gotta be honest. Yeah. And Bind is going to be an interesting scenario too. I'm really curious to see if Nighthawks can come out with a little bit more of a modern composition, because I think we saw the struggles of their comp, because even with players like Mini Chicken really successfully winning a lot of fights, even when on the attack side their composition started to work out, it was just clearly not as well rounded as you need to succeed on both sides of the map. And even the things it was good at, it wasn't quite as good at compared to other compositions you could have, right? Like, oh, we have a very aggressive and cool double duelist comp. Okay, but the alts all are bad. All the alts are bad, or at best decent. Like Dimensional Drift is decent, Nightfall is decent, but they often need combinations to go with them. There weren't any of those. So I'm hoping we see a pretty serious adjustment now that we go on to Nighthawk's map pick.
I would hope so as well too, yeah. Because especially considering, I imagine we'll see a lot more set strats, right, from their side as well too, and a much more clear game plan of what they actually want to get done. Because on Split, it was definitely a lot more adapting on the fly, taking fights where they could, and small adaptations in terms of the defensive half. But a lot of it was unfortunately them just getting caught out over and over again, tragically. But hey, point is now though, is that we should be looking towards what we can offer or what they can offer us. I want to see some more. I want to see as
what do you want to see?
as
what do you want to see?
There's a Paul. Do you know what? Paul, do you know who Twice is?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, all right, cool. So as you know, there's a small Japanese subsection of Momo, Mina, and Sana called Misamo.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah. And one of the title songs of the Japanese album is called A New Look, Paul. I want to see a new look.
Well, I got some good news. You're seeing 3/5 of a new look. It's still the Jet and Yoru here for Nighthawks. The rest of them changing around. Endgame are predictably pivoting over to the Brim. We talked about it a little bit at the top of the show. You're almost always going to run a Brim on this map. The Cypher, not unreasonable. a bit interested in the Sky from Mini Chicken. Now, Mini Chicken was doing excellent map 1, so I'm not gonna judge him, but Sky is not necessarily the favored agent. If you could play Sky anywhere, it would be here. But you're gonna have to get a lot of value out of her.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed that, you know, Sky had popped up early on when all the initiator changes did happen, right? As she was pretty much now as bad as everybody else was. But non-recover flashes with small bits of info, you know, being used is not the worst thing that you could possibly have here. But for now, whether or not she forced off though, an unfavorable fight, but escaping from all of that too. No kills found on either end here. But Nighthawk seem to have a clearer plan as to where they want to get in. They're just centered around B, waiting for the smokes to dissipate.
They're hoping someone will re-clear and they can catch a pick before they enter here. But when that doesn't come up, they realize they have to just kind of go for it. Prince Zuko, that's a bold swing you were attempting to go for.
Just complete Ferrari shot from JRG. You're just running headgun. Able to take one out. Now in a 4v5 retake, they know where Prince Zuko is well too. They're gonna hold the site. And with no real flanks to be found, they're gonna just look to peek in. That's when JRG takes it. And also gone low enough. Just one for Mark Williams, but Nighthawks, a confident hold, and that's exactly what I want to see more of.
They
Right,
forgot
100% pistol win rate for the attack side thus far in this series. Not bad for Nighthawks. I like the way they cut noise in the middle of the round there. Confident B long take too. That is one of the benefits of running that Sky, is she is one of the better agents at throwing one of those deep flashes all the way into Garden and catching off anybody who could be hanging around regardless of their position. Now we go into a classic anti-eco. Not much I foresee York being able to do from this position, especially they're not gamble stacking or doing anything crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing necessarily substantial from either side. But I do wonder.
Interesting to throw the Trailblazer when your duelists have already scaled halfway up B long. I thought you might throw that from a little bit of a deeper position.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like I would say I wanted to look to just full flank them. As they are just taking the sweet time, they should push out the trip here. Mark Williams is dead. And so is Rhythm. So this should be just a, you know, an easy just clear out. Yeah. Reason finds two more. Flash seeing purple there waiting, and that should be the end of that.
Purple is gonna try and wrap around B long. No, okay, it's just gonna wait. I actually kind of see
blasting?
Purple wait and maybe die to the spike here. Instead, is gonna get caught without a shadow of a doubt. Nope. Another one for Glitch, a flawless anti-eco. Not too shabby thus far. Now we get into the real meat and bones, though.
You must keep going.
All right, so Pearl, right? It's a cool map, and they changed up the sites.
Bro has seen 2 rounds, is already assuming we're going to map 3.
We're going to map 3. It's just happening. I can sense the flow of the winds here, Paul, and they're blowing underwater.
I've cut through.
We're going to Bioshock.
Time to jump.
Wait, no. What's the
Rapture?
what's the name of the city? Rapture. Thank you. Yeah.
I got you. Prowler actually confirming 2 players there. Really good information for York.
Not being caught there as well too. I was taking a confident peek in the beginning, but now gunner in his hand knows he's more than able to at least try to get a one and done. But with superior weaponry this time, the able hold on shower working enough to just keep him on the outside. And the Prowler once again confirming there's still action, but all the use will now use confirmation where Nighthawks look to cut noise, play things slow. Mark Williams seen. There's a little kind of meandering around a spike headed towards the B side, but no action being taken on either end.
Mini Chicken is all the way up B long, trying to provide that extra option, but it looks like Nighthawks are mostly hoping to catch a timing, hoping that York will go forward and clear with their bodies for information, but York know they don't need to do that, especially against the bonus round. They are getting a little antsy, though, and assuming that it's off to B. Not the ideal read, and that's going to leave pretty much a free site here.
Yeah, they'll just Caterpillar with all 3 smokes, so every crucial angle cut out, though. But Glitch managing to find one. A bunch of U-Haul not able to be taken. So now from here, they'll get the information that they so desperately need. Get the plant down here as well, though. A nice seize, but that'll just be about it. The util will allow them confidence to be able to peek a mini chicken. Stuck at the corner, peek there, good enough. But GRG putting them in a 3v2 to clear out the corner, actually checking them up from up top. Prince Zuko gets a drop shot. Even Just Gamer alive to find one more. Not the clean bonus they wanted, but a round they needed.
I mean, still tons of damage dealt by Nighthawk's Varsity. Considering that Mark Williams did such a good job hanging on to lamp control, I'm a little bit surprised that got as dicey as it did. Mark took so much damage. Both lamp players quickly died. Prince Zuko, honestly, the savior on the flank, managing to make use of that position and collapse. Otherwise, things would have gotten very difficult indeed. The buy not even that great here. A Spectre and a Judge for Prince Zuko. Where is he playing for? He's waiting to throw the TP so that he can try to get to A, but where is this Judge going to set up? He's so far back. He's going to creep into Hookah and just play there the whole round.
It's harder to time it. No way he doesn't get punished. But Purple does, unfortunately. Dang. Forcing out to completely give up showers, so not be able to hold it. But now the aggression there against him, but they're not necessarily pushed there. As you see a free pick, so A side should be the take. They could also force them to completely rotate, but look how deep actually the Yoru is. Up against the trip, he could possibly find one. Zuko has a classic. Can't find it.
Am I crazy? I swore he bought a Judge earlier. Why did he only have a classic? Yeah. He must have thrown it away at some point.
I mean, must not have invested, chose to save, which I can respect the decision, but can't help but think that a Judge did it would have really changed a lot. But either way, eventually is caught. Mark Williams with his Bucky here, and he's in the unfortunate dangers of just no way. He's managed to get in, stops the plants, but still 30 seconds left. It's just consolation prizes at this point, and now it's on Rhythm to do anything he can.
1v3. Position's pretty tough here, too. You're going to have to drop out of heaven. Glitch is teleported all the way back into A short. So even if you somehow defeat this near 180 angle you have to play into. That's the first.
That's one. Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been a nigh on impossible round.
Cypher, just tell me where they are.
Tough, but they'll at least make it expensive. If anything, it's just been trades of just bad eco for both these teams. But tough part is for Zero Spartans, they're the ones unfortunately on the losing end, as they've kind of invested in every single round here at this point, so their buys have never been cohesive. And for Nighthawks, they're fine. They've got money. They're good to go.
And they're going to run away with this round too if they get the chance. York Spartans thus far have really been getting nervous on the map. We saw how fast they like to play on Split. And here on Bind, the pace is that of a snail's. They don't like that. Prince Zuko wants to fight, but he's going to regret it.
Yeah, there's just so many there as well, too, trying to hold it in Rhythm as well. These 1v1s have just not been to their favorites. They're just getting picked off and overwhelmed so consistently. And for Nighthawks, right, this is pretty much the treatment that they were dealt with from the York side on Split. You know, just 4 to 5 people running up. Tons of util being thrown at them and not able to do a single thing. Nighthawks able to easy convert these rounds by rounds and a flawless on top of that. So it's going really well for them.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really feel like Nighthawks have to... they're not putting in that much of an effort right now. They're just playing Bind as Bind has been played for 3 years, right? You pick a side of the map you want to favor, you play slowly, you try and get either showers control or long control, and you leverage that into a take. They're doing that phenomenally. They're winning out all the fights they need to. And York Spartans, I mean, you saw a flash of aggression, a flash of contesting space, you know, in shower or just in this round and be long, but it's not committal. There's not enough players here. It's not like it was on Split on their defense where they were so confident, you know, having Aokum and Purple play together, comboing their utility. York Spartans clearly much more uncomfortable on this map.
Yeah, they're just not able to just get anything going here, unfortunately, right? And we've seen that on the defense, they're trying to play up and play super aggressive and look to hopefully catch them off guard, but it's just not working out. Nighthawks seem to have a complete raid, and they're always stacked up. They always have man advantage here. So I think for York Spartans, it's a good time out as it is early, as things can get out of hand. What I want to see out of them more is that, you know, better defensive positions on more trade angles and be more willing to throw out util to slow down these pushes. As
Yeah, exactly.
because they wanted to just deny these plants. They want to try to take these fights because as of right now, it's just not working out for them.
And for multiple players to be committed to the same idea is going to be necessary, right? Like we saw, this is just an eco round, I'm gonna kind of extrapolate over it. We saw, like, over in Showers, we've seen this play a couple of times, but never quite on the same page. Are we getting the orb? Are we trying to fight? Are we leaving right now? Like, Aokum stays for a while and gets caught by the Trailblazer, even gonna just get straight up run on top of. Nice hinder, take down Tarn, but does get punished for it. And meanwhile, Purple completely left, right? Oh, okay, wait a minute.
A really nice shot here. It needs to be a double peek here for both of them to be able to complete this out. And just, he doesn't swing in time and not able to get the trade. Gamer, they're able to find Purple on top of that. So, unfortunately, not able to execute on that well, but the idea was great. And like you were saying, but enough for Mark Williams to get a 4K and to get an ult out.
It looked a little dicey there from York Spartans, but ultimately that is more players actually committing to the same idea. Now it took Mark a little bit longer than he probably would have liked to actually muscle his way out of Lamp, but that was 3 players all pushing for the same space, right? They knew they wanted to try and get that. They knew if they could manage to get rid of the Lamp players, they could recover those rifles. Mark ends up being the beneficiary of that. A 4K for him. He commits the orbital strike in that round too, when he knows he can catch somebody in a pocket.
Out of my way.
That's what we need to see more of from York.
Exactly that. And there's an orbital strike on the side from the Nighthawks too, to be able to get the final player in Lamp. So he was forcing it out on the open. So from there, well played out of there to get the investment out from Nighthawks. But Bladestorm also committed to the round, as it is looking towards that B side. We have seen flanked pretty consistently.
Mark, did he not see the camera?
I do not believe so.
I thought it was staring right at him. Maybe it was inactive.
I thought so too, but I think, you know, sometimes you know how your eyes comes on, it just glaze over details. This happens. Smoke there ready to be put down. JRG is scaling upwards. Oh, this could be bad here. The timing. Oh, almost caught him. Flash there. Oh, he actually flashed his own teammate.
That's tragic.
Unlucky. Committing the ultimate for one player. I respect it, but that's the spike.
Worth. Absolutely worth. And Aokum doesn't know if it's 1 player or 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, you're
Maybe
right.
a bit of an overheat going outside of Showers there.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, I thought the dash was worth it. The Nerdle theft more. And also Rhythm completely caught with the ping. So, not from here. They know exactly where they're stationed. So Popo has to back off and give away Showers. Not from here. What I would like to see would be a smoke to come in. I was going to say from the side. York, committed the nightfall here too as well. They have to look to find one to deny the plant. If they can, they do, but just barely not. But it's enough. Double committal from both of these sides. But York Spartans seem to have found their footing.
And you're starting to see cracks in the armor from Nighthawks University. Team Flash, ideal. Taking that amount of time. The fact, I have to imagine I was actually wrong. I guess the camera didn't spot Mark Williams, because if it did, there's no shot that Tarm would have been looking a different direction. If you spot a player holding close lamps, peeking constantly, Tarm surely would have been looking for Mark.
Yeah.
So Nighthawks, for the first time, showing that if York actually do commit to fighting for a little bit more space, Nighthawks not necessarily ready for that.
I was gonna say, I think on the point of the cam, I think it was in this city. You know when the camera like shuts off, but it has like a second of which it's seen.
Yeah, it must have been.
I think it was that. But either way, a null point. Once again, fighting for shower space, but dash not used pretty early on, so gotta give that up. With the wall protecting them, is able to be walked in on. He might be flash here, but he has exit shots ready, but no one there ready for a trade, unfortunately.
Nice turn.
What? Zuko also catching the person. Going towards the B side too. He hasn't necessarily held that each round on B, so catching them off guard. Now getting the pick that's crucial as well for them. If I'm Nighthawks, if I manage to lose this round and let them catch up here, I think a timeout is surely to be called for.
And York, I mean, this site is still well and reinforced. They're trying to plant the spike before they've cleared things out. Okay, a little bit of a strange dalliance in the smoke there.
Spike planted. Where are you?
Should manage to catch anybody, but that is the ult as well, given over from the Euro. Using the dimensional drift to look to find anybody from the Spartan side. Nice shot from Mark. And now it's
that was the only unseen player.
Yeah, so remaining. Now that you know what the rest are, the glitch now unfortunately caught, managed to take his one as Just Now Gamer. Doesn't shoot the clone, but it's gonna hold it. Oh, and unlucky timing, too many targets, couldn't necessarily focus. And York Spartans make the comeback once again.
And now we're at a tied game. Nighthawks, I'm starting to get a little bit worried. That's 2 rounds in a row where a subpar flash in showers essentially costs them the round. I mean, Glitch throws that Yoru flash, but he bounces it off the far wall, so it takes forever to detonate. It gives Aokum so much time to play around that and turn the flash, so he's able to take down Mini Chicken, who has not been quite as loud on this map as he was on Split.
Unfortunately so, but... And I even said it before, man, I wanted to see 2 aces, but unlucky this time. But Pit puts out from your Spartans. B longs to cutting that off as an option.
Wait, interesting.
As B hasn't necessarily been their first take, but...
Mini had enough money to buy and chose not to. Other people on the team did buy, though.
Rhythm doesn't actually get caught by the dog, so they're probably assuming that he's holding up by Garden. Didn't see him either. This could be tough here, waiting for Glitch to walk in. Likely a flash to wait on the timing. We'll catch one Rhythm. Oh, that's 1 second also seen, just barely. Luckily a weapon diff there too, but the 2 being gone, it is a save, right? So Beyond Nighthawks just do as much damage as they can.
Yeah, a partial save. There are 2 rifles over here on the A site.
Spike down A.
Oh,
I'm able to
JRG.
deal some damage with
30
it.
seconds left.
Yeah, doing his damage. Get the plants down here too. It's gonna hold up by showers. The second also. Look apart close, but they know that they have to watch for heaven to make sure the op isn't able to make any more sort of difference as well. Papa wasn't able to make his impact known previously, but this time they're just watching it. There he is, finds one finally.
One enemy.
Huge seize.
That sees all the util just thrown right at them, man. Just overwhelmed with all the information there. Purple playing that beautifully to find exactly what they were holding.
Yeah, I mean, that was methodical from Purple, right? First, the Prowler to clear full back sight so that the Viper could come in, so that Rhythm could move forward and take an additional bit of space, get ready to swing if anybody tried to punish Purple up in heaven. Yeah. Then throws the Haunt in such a place where it catches the close corner, so you know nobody's playing there. Gives Glitch the opportunity to come, or not Glitch, Prince Zuko the opportunity to come all the way up from A short, and then that final Prowler going into showers, the only place they could possibly be holding for that plant, followed up by the C's. It's nasty stuff.
Yeah. On a side note, I do want to give a shout out to our observer Rachel for catching all that utility and all these kills so far. You know, that's just she's doing great. It's also these angles also brought to you by. Why is he
seemingly very like concerned Yoru as he's holding out utility?
Yeah, dude, he looks like he's on a bad date.
Dude, on a bad date, but also like moving back and forth like it's a fighting game, idle animation.
Yeah. It's a bad date, but not for the reason you think. It's like Like, instead of like, I don't want to be with you, she's like, I know where you live. He's like, oh.
Instead of, hey, I don't think this is working out, she's like, I know you killed my father. Prepare to fight to the death.
My name is Ego Montoya.
Oh, man.
Nobody gets that reference anymore. That
No,
movie's 30
surely
years
people
old.
still know Princess Bride.
I don't know if they do, man.
They better. Get on it. If you haven't seen that movie, get on it.
It's a
One of
classic
the most
movie.
quotable movies of all time.
Yeah.
This is an important round here. Swing round. York Spartans, they started off a little bit slow on their defense, but they've really climbed back into it, and if they can shut down one more, it's going to be a dominant defense from them. Nice from Zuko.
Early peak from Reason, and luckily caught by the Seekers. The Cabbage is doing enough for their jobs to clear out Zuko. Let's walk up into B here. This is a dangerous peak from Rhythm, and unfortunately overwhelmed, not able to find the shots needed. But Gamer is so low. That guy is literally one. Just touch him and he dies.
It took forever to plant the spike too. They didn't get the plant down before the orbital strike. Can Purple
No.
find an angle?
How Zed? But this is good. Timeout now actually called, being in their favor as well. So working out well. Off shot whiffs.
Last player standing.
And for Purple,
Spike planted.
this is unlucky. They know exactly where he is. And even though he gets the information from the haunt, he's just pretty much just playing for a pick here and nothing more. Does he get one? He gets one. Do you expect a second? Still gets
Hello?
him. Hold on. Wait a second. If he gets a rifle in his hand, but does he expect the person holding up top gets the third? But Glitch, unfortunately, does enough.
I mean, imagine if Glitch had taken 32 damage earlier in that round. That would have been a clutch for Purple at the very end. And even still, keeps the economy very battered for Nighthawks. Now, they're going to be able to buy up thanks to the fact that they actually won the round. But this is still a decent economy here. Now we get a full-blown swing round. Whoever takes this one is more than poised to take the last one of the half, too.
Try not to die.
Yeah, this is a fantastic start. And now for Nighthawks, right, there's just looking to battle this out here. Op shot in. Purple is feeling it. After that almost clutch here, the reinvest on the op. Well worth its time. And for York, finally, some rounds going their way. Nighthawks after the timeout. Thought they'd recover, but unfortunately from here, losing the Euro isn't the worst thing. But makes it a bit hard for entry.
Means you have to go much slower.
Yeah.
Wait out the util, wait out the smokes.
Use your
One
sky
angle
for
at a
initiator.
time, and that flash didn't get anything.
Ouch.
Poison orb emitting.
Snake probably gonna be used to just delay them even further.
Poison's off.
And you can see Mark playing in the middle, uncertain of where the actual hit is coming through because you've only heard one. When the TP goes, Mark is going to book it back to A. That comm has come through, and there will be 3 players ready to defend this site.
Yeah, should be able to find it out. He gets some damage on a reason as well, so it just takes off all his armor. But now from here, the top part is going to be do they actually
30 seconds
look to
left.
commit onto the site? They have all the smokes here too. They can potentially look to find one more. Ow, managed to get one and all that mess. But Spike finally goes down after everything.
Still the orbital strike here, too. I mean, you just head for the hills.
Yeah, you're just playing full post play here. You know exactly what you have to do.
Did Zuko hit
As they're
him?
seeking out finally sees his gun. Oh, Gamer, he has to stay alive here. And it could be disastrous for the post play if he doesn't manage to do so, but Weezing gets found. He's now dead. Gamer looking to find one more. There's an orbital strike. There it is. But the delay might not be enough. Gamer still gets one. Oh, and the molly. It's there. The shot. Be able to land, and he does enough time for delay. Breach. I mean, sorry. Gamer on this brimstone.
Clutch.
Doing enough in the post plant to give them the clutch.
Gamer really the anchor that Nighthawks needed there.
Last round
Unbelievable. There were so many opportunities for him to lose a gunfight and die, and the round would have been over. But he holds his own against Prince Zuko. He finds Aokum rushing forward past the orbital strike. Rhythm and Aokum actually not anticipating the orbital strike. I think it would have been more prudent for them to both tap and then both run up short. trying to anticipate that ultimate coming out, but they're not expecting it. And because of that, they get split off. Now the economy in this last round, actually a little bit tough for both teams. Enough people died, but I would say a little bit worse for York.
Yeah, not ideal, but at least they have Blizzard once again, Dimensional Drift, and which, speaking of which, there comes out.
Toxin screen
But
down.
also Whaley too, to be able to start circumvents for any retake or hit that is looked to come in. But then once again, holding the exact same angle, I believe was finally seen by the Yoru. But Snake Bites are coming in a little bit late. Of course, again, man, also seen fully by a flash. Every single knife missed. JRG. Unfortunately, looking to fall. Mark Williams there on the retake. Looking to deny every possible
They
possibility.
haven't planned it. They have to leave. Nighthawks simply have to leave. They cannot afford to plant the spike anymore.
Yeah, they just can't commit to this. Everybody's here. This is tough, but they're still committing. Finally, both of them go and look at the rotates coming out though. They did. You wanted the up, brother. Just plant. There's no time. Now that all of them are here. What are we doing? Oh no, they get the haunt here too, so now they know they're playing by triple. As Whaley, they're just stopped. There's Bazooko's dead, and the rest of them completely overwhelmed them. With the final, a even half.
Switching
And an
sides.
even half is not ideal for Nighthawks University. Again, running the jet is not quite as good on the defense unless Tarm can get an op in the hand and start doing some nasty things with rifles. You were hoping for a little bit better of an attacking half, especially considering they won the pistol. They had such heat at the beginning of the half. So many of those rounds, Nighthawks got lost in the chaos. Even on that last one, Glitch throws a flash, but then gets jump scared by the clone. So swings out late, and that's how he doesn't win the fight against Mark Williams. And then they're not able to plant because they don't have back sight, and the rotates flood in, and it all falls apart from there. So now on the defense, Nighthawks going to have to be much better composed than they were on some of their attacking rounds.
Not the most ideal stance for a lot of them, but a necessary one as we look towards the rest. Incendiaries, there's a bit late. It does a
so much
decent amount of damage to so many of them. So making them susceptible to just pretty much a body shot from a classic to see where one is. And Glitch finds one. So uses completely flanked here so far for York Spartans. This is tough as they are just so low. This is not going in the direction and overwhelmed completely. York is looking to get at least maybe just one, but not a flawless, but a pistol that Nighthawks can be pretty happy with.
Yeah, I mean, that was all down to one molly, right? Nice timing there. Another second later, and it wouldn't have done anything. And that round becomes much more difficult, but they were all so squishy because of that well-timed molly from Endgamer. Now, another pistol one for Nighthawks University. That's 3 out of 4 for them on the series. The only one that York won was that very first pistol where they had the clearly rehearsed and practiced pistol on the attack side of Split.
This is a nice spot.
Oh, that's a camera angle I can use. I like that. Nice. Thanks, man. I usually only ever play Cypher
Reminds me of
online.
those old Cypher cams from like when the game started on Bind.
Yeah, when you can peek long and garden as well with those.
Yeah.
Those are so OP. Oh, I was stopped. I have to use the TP. Glitch is able to find one, but it actually traded. This is not ideal as necessarily for the hold, but wait, that
The
seems
Prowler
wrong.
blink? How did it not spot him, even in the smoke?
Yeah, he was right there. I mean, surely, yeah, and that eventually just cost them. So, Weezer is there finding the corner. There's mini chicken. The rest look to come around to 2v3.
Remaining.
All they're gonna do at this point is delay, but I don't know if they can here yet. I feel like Weezer should have been seen. That seems bad.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's still really good damage from York Spartans.
Yeah.
They might have been able to win that round if the Prowler had moved, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch to its left. I guess the detection range inside of smoke is not the same as visual range.
I suppose so. Yeah, good point. But luckily for them, they're able to convert that pistol and the bonus as well. Not getting 50s here is ideal, but
I mean, this bonus is basically nothing from Nighthawks now, right? 2 Spectres, 2 Sheriffs, and a Bandit.
I like the Bandit. It's fun to shoot.
Yeah, it's a good gun. But like, Against 5 Phantoms or Vitals? I don't know. I wouldn't take it usually.
I mean, you know, it's true. What is truly mightier, Paul? The sword or the pencil?
Well, arguably the pencil, but I'd still take a sword in a fight.
Down.
And luckily, we're fighting, so so I still
Exactly. And I think either one in a scrap again loses to a Vandal.
You know, that's a good point. Point is, but nonetheless, as we look to what's back in the game, Flash should be able to catch there. Yeah, dash out there. Oh, but there's just so many outside. Hoping to perhaps just do enough with the Flash, but
This is ratty.
gamer, no, wait, dude, they just love playing inside these smokes, man. He gets him still, just shot by so many. Yeah, honestly, man, I respect him, bro. You got yours.
Last player standing.
That's all you can ask for, right? And a Vandal
Reason
could
to make this more
still do
expensive.
some damage.
Yeah,
TP back.
Seconds left.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, all right, man. You got it, bro. I mean, they could make this expensive if anything. If they know what reason eventually ends up being. His cam is still there. Not even.
And he knows one's probably going long because they trapped they tripped the trap wire.
There you go. Now say that 4 times.
I'd rather not, if I'm being honest. Actually, I think they're close enough to where they're under the cam and it can't see them.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, because of the angle of where it faces, right? So, yeah, with that, just a small peek that'll be found and rhythm. With enough time, doesn't make it any more expensive than it has to be. Saving 3 guns going into this full buy round for both teams. It's crucial. We look at the comeback. So let's see if Nighthawks can just do enough.
Okay, but Prince Zuko had a stinger for a second, and I was like, surely someone's going to buy him, right? Yeah, okay,
Please.
it's fine. They got
Team?
him a rifle, and he's got the dimensional drift too. That can make for a very quick round. Keep in mind, on York's attack on Split, they were fast, lightning quick on most rounds. Now, I don't know if they'll be that quick here on Bind, just because I don't think they're going to be as practiced on this map as Split. But even still.
There's an off on JRG as well, so I do wonder if you do see some. There's a dimensional drift that you were mentioning previously. Let's look to find one, but just peek out
doesn't
through
get much,
showers.
though.
That's all they. Yeah, only gets the information of showers. There's no idea the opposite to reposition. Zuko's dead here, and they have to know with the op. The site is suddenly now way harder to take. I wonder why you put the dimension drift so shallow. It doesn't actually commit to going towards the full site, but.
I mean, I think it was just over assumption that there would be more players trying to fight for showers control.
Yeah. Nonetheless, for now, you know, with a one pickup, you know, your Spartans suddenly have to play things a lot more carefully.
Well, and
A
they're
slow
really
rotator.
committing to A right now. There's been no flooding back across the map. They haven't spread back out, so it's actually just Reason here. And Bind is a hard, like, either side on Bind is hard to retake. B especially when you have an
30 seconds
operator,
left.
can be very difficult to retake. So even 4v5, this isn't unwinnable for York.
Yeah, as there's a smokes to go down, there's a trip bars that can be triggered. They'll be able to find their way into the site, sees where Rhythm is. They will tap onto one. Spike goes down with just enough time. What? He pinged him?
Someone check PC.
There's no way he killed him there. Through the smoke. Insane shot there.
Simply spamming the perfect angle. And now
Bro,
things
sees all
get
the
even
aggression.
more difficult. I mean, you are relying on your Yoru to create all of the space in the world here. Glitch has to win the first fight.
Yeah, they just see exactly where they're coming in from too. I think they'll play super right through these smokes. They have to be careful. Glitch does just enough. As there's the molly to delay. Rhythm getting one more.
So time.
And there's 3 for him in the round. He's just not being seen. It's on JRG. They've got to hold it. He has the op. And JRG starts it off and ends it off.
And I mean, good effort from Nighthawks, but ultimately they weren't in time. That's one of the difficulties about Bind. There's so many cheeky angles to clear, and even when Tarm is hitting some nasty shots, holding good angles, you just gotta go a little bit faster.
Wait, I didn't even
Everything
see
else
it
went decent.
exploded.
Yeah, no, it was about half a second short on time. The Molly really working wonders for Mark Williams.
Let's choke them.
And now, other
Yeah.
than the op, there's nothing for Nighthawks.
Toxins come.
The delay, like you were saying, and retake on that site is quite hard here. And like, and this op is gonna have to do God's work to keep them in this
And
game.
it's on the wrong side of the map.
Unlucky. Back to B we go. I mean, using the haunt early this time. The reason to use a smoke to just try to survive both cages. You see, comes back and gets the angle. So now we'll just full peek in. Gave him with a shorty. Takes him. They're playing super overconfident. Unfortunate for Nighthawks. Assuming on a save, they can do whatever they want. And they get punished for it very heavily. Op is enough. They're getting thriftied.
Absurd. Absurd what you're trying to go for there. It's an eco round. You don't need to... First off, they use a bunch of alts on the eco round, which I already disagree with. I suppose it was mostly just the convergent paths, but even still. I don't agree with that. And then you're pushing through 2 cyber cages. 2, when the rotates have come through. Yeah, please call a timeout. We need to take a little breath here, York.
Yeah, that's I understand you guys are hype after being able to get that round, but it's also like, boys, let's talk about this, you know? Yeah, let's
take a second.
Like we've got.
We don't need to
They
do that.
still have sheriffs, like.
And that was off no information. He could have had a shorty. He could have bought into a judge, right? Like,
They did that to Shorty. That's the worst part.
Yeah, like you're charging a guy through a bunch of smokes, and there was no information other than the fact that he was there, right? Like you saw the outline of him. Actually, I don't even think he got pinged by the haunt. He just shot the haunt, so they knew he was there. I guess they heard the sheriff shot, but even still, there could have been 2, 3 players there. Very bold from York.
Yeah, this is like I said, you know, so overzealous moments on both these sides. So I think it is it's right that they just take a breath back, you know, recompose, recollect themselves, and to see how they can possibly to come back into this game. They do have 2 ultimates, right, being the Nightfall and the Viper's Pit as well, to ensure that they can possibly to secure either a site hit or a post plan. So, by the way, I was gonna say, I know we've called it Viper's Pit the whole time. What's like the government name?
Isn't it Viper's Pit?
Is it Viper's Pit?
I swear it is. Hold on, I gotta look now.
Blinded.
It would make sense. But, you know, it's a bit like...
Yeah, it's Viper's Pit.
It is Viper's Pit.
God, you're making me doubt everything I know about the game.
Baited.
How dare you?
Nonetheless, but let's see if Glitch can get baited here, though. Because they should know that they have these tripwires up here for the fast hits. There it is. Has stopped yet. Now we find the space guarded a bit too many, and enough they're able to TP away. A 1 for 2, the ping not there. Weasel once again in the corner and shot completely. A 2 for 2 as they take the site, and a thrifty, possibly
No way
even
we're
as
gonna
2
get
more
a
guns recovered.
Thrifty, right? It's a full rotation. I mean, they're gonna have time to plant on A. The dash even used by Tarm to try and get back in time, but surely you're just gonna get smoked off. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. Maybe you can find one, but the spike does get planted.
Spike
Yeah, they didn't
planted.
recover any guns, which is the tough part. One scene,
My
out,
guy.
out in the open, brother. Unlucky. We just gotta either rotate faster. My spike's already being down, but it's 2v3, so now they've got to play this so carefully. Angle there, doubled up. This is what we want to see out of them. There's a Nightfall as well too, but not from here. The orbital strike, waiting for the tap in. Completely deafened, baited out with the ping. It has to be on just timing sight. The op shot whiffing is so ideal. And the knives! He's defusing, he's defusing, he's defusing!
Holy moly, I almost just got a flashback from Split. Endgamer almost sneaks that away. Oh, Tarm's gonna be kicking himself. The one shot he misses on the op the whole game. Oh. gives a thrifty
And
over.
just-
That's tough.
Yeah,
Really?
just, and
I
the
mean-
commit in the Blade Storm tier 2 just couldn't convert, man.
Really
Oh, that's-
nice play from Mark and Aokum at the very end. Or actually, I think it was Mark and Purple at the very
Yeah,
end
Purple.
there.
Ouch.
Spike down B.
Shutting him down again. Mark saying, yeah, no op last time, no op this time, bud. Head home.
Yeah. Caught again. Unfortunately, the clone doing enough.
they're feeling it now.
The Lazio could get in. Yeah. Feeling a lot better about themselves. Definitely after 2 clutches like that.
Planted.
A timeout. It's just great for their side. But all it takes is 1 round to shift the momentum between these 2 teams. And that has happened previously. Nighthawks will be able to get these thrifties. But now from here, this is rough. They're going to try to get anything they can. And immediate headshot on Reason.
Gotcha. My ult's ready.
Gamer gets 1.
Stim
Ways to be the
beacon
one
down.
though.
I mean, even if you killed the other 3, there's simply no time. York Spartans, you're going to have to dig them out of A long. Yeah, there was not
Yeah.
much of a chance there. And York Spartans claiming a lead, heading to double digits first. Still neck and neck between our 2 teams, but Nighthawks, I mean, they're going to have to regroup and find some sort of new idea, and now they're down to an eco, too.
Yeah, I mean,
Not bad
I
ults for them.
wonder-
I mean, Dimensional Drift and Orbital Strike, if there were ults to try and get another Thrifty, I'd want these 2 on him.
Cutting through.
If the time of Thrifty was here, it would be now. They've got a judge in their hands. Using the Prowler,
no.
doesn't see him. Oh, Glitch could do the funniest thing. He's waiting. He's waiting. Oh, that's 1. Yeah, easy shot here. Second. That is just
Spike.
not a fit weapon. And that's the spike. We said Thrifties are the death of comebacks here, and this is one that's poised to stop it. But it's just 1 person. Unfortunately, they're getting it. They might get overzealous again to end a gamer again. We've played these games before, York, and it's not worked out in our favor.
Dude, Reason just looking straight up like an Arizona Ranger with that Sheriff, dude.
Nice, man.
Big Iron, man.
This is not some rhythm and owl to try to save this round with the spike being down and that judge play just completely
It's
ruining their
fortified.
chances. Yeah, they're just all there. I mean, he gets 1, but they have to know they're all going to be there, right? They just have to know. And for Nighthawks, all you got to do is just live. Just live. Flash, I believe, was dodge. Rhythm sees 1. They got to try to get it here. Second not dodge. Second getting another. And they get the trade here. But the timing here, he's just so low. The
Not the
crossfire.
same spot, dude.
Come on, man.
That same spot ruins York's round twice. I mean, you simply have to clear that corner with the Prowler. You really have to clear that. That's tough stuff for Mark there. Been having a frying game, but just didn't know.
Yeah,
We're tied. I will keep in mind, by the way, the last time Nighthawks Varsity played Bind in their other series, it was map 3. It was an 18-16 overtime. They narrowly won. You have to wonder if they're getting flashbacks.
I wonder from here, though, this could be tough part, like you say. Because they just showed so much of this, and there's a ton here, too. Got on them just fully moving through. There's a smoke. Reason once again pushed out. Seems that the Sheriff maybe is gone. Conversion pass here to clear out the site. That's just here once again. He's now caught. Don't push him. Was we played this games before?
Pit!
Full flash. They're gonna use the Viper's pit and the
Oh,
flash. He
no.
still gets 1.
Spike planted.
Guys, we just cannot be.
Blocking sight.
Finally. Dude, Reason actually absorbs so much pressure as an anchor. It's ridiculous. They have to convert
everybody-
4 people.
Everybody's stuck in the pit except Mark. Mark has to be the hero. Only gets 1.
I mean, you could also manage to find one with the op as well, too.
Standing.
The pit is inside there, too, with a spike. Right at the corner. And it's on, now it's on Gamer. He's got to hold this off here, but he's running out of time. And I think for him, he's thinking, I recover the op and I get out. Oh, no way he finds that, dude. Tuck to the corner, but there's just no time. He's gonna have to try to commit to this. They're gonna push up against him, yeah. And he should be looking to live, as should both sides. Oh, he's gonna make it expensive. Damn, they all die.
He taps the spike saying, hey, if I'm going to lose this round, I'm taking all your guns with me. The economy is in tatters for both these teams. Oh, yeah, my.
I want to tab check real quick just to see like where both
we simply have to see what the money's looking like. Okay, York's hanging on by a thread. Nighthawk's not so lucky. No way they get another thrifty here, right?
Yeah, they're gonna double Bucky into.
I mean, shotguns worked before.
Yeah. They still have orbital strike here as a potential. Zuko using that dimensional drift to find out where they are on site. And again, shocker, Reason is hiding an elbow. Oh. And there was a TP as well. They definitely should have heard from Glitch to get off the site.
Wait, are both Bucky's an elbow?
I
no, okay,
believe
one's back spite. Okay, and Reason's dead.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
But now it's on Gamer with a second Bucky to try to peek in with the rest of the team. JRG unfortunately getting caught as he wants to again peek in Bass elbow. But just one by one here, unfortunately, as they're all getting just removed from the site. And for Nighthawks, it's though you've got to be careful, man. Okay, yeah, there it is.
Huh?
Shoots that the second. Wait, this is okay. Wait, this is suddenly doable.
But again, they're just out of time.
Yeah, they've got to tap the spike, but it has to be now though.
Try and steal the guns again.
I think Loki the shit. There's almost strike committed. Yeah, it really dives off the edge of it. Honestly, I think the Obo Strike wasn't even needed. Mark could have just saved it for next round. They literally had no time for this.
Honestly, that is the silver lining there for Nighthawks on what is a very dark storm cloud. They're going to be back up to Eco, and they got the most potent ultimate out of York Spartans. They used 2 very good ults in that round and 2 in the round prior, so there is nothing for these last potentially 2 rounds. Nighthawks not doing much better though. Maybe they could get the orbital strike in hand. Dimensional drift could be nice for a retake.
I think if I'm Nighthawks, I use Dimensional drift early to see if they actually are going to try to convert onto B here once again. Right, but I don't know if it's going to be found necessarily. The flash is there. This timing is perfect, and it's done. Dimensional drift taken, but trade in their hands. And realizing that it is.
I just can't fathom that that's a good trade for Nighthawks, though. Losing the Yoru and the Dimensional Drift. Now, if we get to a retake, how are Nighthawks ever getting in?
Girl theft, baby.
I mean, Reason's been good for one pretty much every round.
Yeah, he is quite solid here. As they see, it's the same sort of hole previously, but the cutoff noise and to make the way back is they both lost their Euros on both these sides. Playing up on showers, rhythm scene. Oh my god, he takes that. The duck under is just enough. That crouch saving his life. And now that showers control. So, have to convert onto A should be imminent. It's now just JRG holding in lamps. Keep the team a chance.
I mean, it's just going to have to be a hero. Mark is going to clear this. You have to win this first fight.
Spike planted.
No way, that's a headshot. Disgusting shot from Mark. JRG gone. And Nighthawks, a 2v4 retake. This is so tough.
I don't see overtime in their future.
I might not either yet. Neural theft there. But there's no body to be found. They see the jump spot, so they see where one is. The C's to catch them and hold them down. Purple there in 1v4. They cannot do it. York Spartans close out by 13-10.
Really nicely done by York Spartans. I mean, a couple of rounds that got a little silly. We can tell that this team likes to play fast, and on occasion, we saw on both Split and on bind, they take that a little bit too far and go, I mean, very literally, they go too far into the defender's territory, past where they need to have a good post plant. But other than that, their attacks looked clean. Their defense, not, I wouldn't say as potent as their attacks, but every single time they would eventually get there. They would figure out what they needed to do. An adaptable team, a well-practiced and coordinated team that's capable of not only the plays we see they've clearly cooked up from beforehand, but also making a lot of audible plays on the fly, comboing and layering their utility. It's exceptional stuff what we're seeing from York right now.
Absolutely phenomenal, like you're saying, right? So, and I am just like practice play and just clearly an ability to just take over rounds and maps as well. So I'm confident. This is what I see a lot of here, and as we see it from Mark Williams, right? Just like that final headshot, man, was just so crucial.
Yeah,
disgusting play for him. 27, almost a 30 bomb on his blind.
And dude was nasty, especially on their defense, right? Like this guy was a pillar in Lamp that often prevented Nova from doing anything they wanted. Nighthawks were not able to really have almost any comfortable rounds on A because this dude was always a thorn in their side.
Exactly. It's incredible the stuff we see, and hopefully we'll get to see more of that as we get into the next couple of weeks. So speaking of which, remember everybody, this is not the end for NECC. We have Rivals tomorrow, Rocket League and CS2 Wednesday, League on Thursday, and Overwatch on Friday. So, if you want to stay locked in for the rest of the week and for all the games upcoming as well too. And once again, I want to give a big shout out to our observers, right? Rachel, of course, our producer, Shivam, and of course, all of you for watching as well. Thank you, Paul, as well, for being here. I'm Ravish and Ravish. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye.